Hey guys, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna talk about research and why is my research quite low in terms of many players. So the thing about the army research is that there are quite a few researches which are not very useful to most players, while others are actually very good. So going from tier 1 to let's say tier 7 or so, most of them are rather easy to upgrade and are decent in terms of what they provide. Well, except tier 8. Tier 8 gives reduced basic resource need and then reduced rare resource. So the thing about this is you can skip this one and you will not lose anything. I probably had majority of my other researches maxed and that is why I have upgraded it. However, going forward from that point, as you can see, tier 10 only 5 levels, I haven't even upgraded it past that. The thing is, I don't really need them to spend less time in the hospital or whatever, when I can just upgrade their evasion chance, their damage taken, their health, their special skill, and then HP and attack and all of those things. So, for example, I can easily get this 25 and then an additional, let's say, 1 point in the level in so little time that it would take like a couple of these numbers to appear in here. So, for example, one research above 31 is 4 days and 5 hours. Of course, if I put on my dragon, this is like probably 3 hours and like 15, rather 3 days and like 15 hours, something like that. But still, it takes quite a bit of time. Now, if we go on to the 20 level on the research, you can see it's 15 hours. So basically, one research above 30 is like three or four of them in, let's say, above 20. So basically, by upgrading a couple of these levels, I could actually just max this one and get another like 21 points in here. But 21 points in this one is actually rather useless to me instead of like 2 points in this one, because this grants attack and health while also getting me closer to critical hit evade chance, or in this case, I will transfer that research to trees, and it will provide me critical hit evade chance of tree spirits as well as health and attack and all that kind of stuff. So I still need a few days to swap. And that is why my researches are quite small. So the thing about this is I didn't level tier 8 on the archers, didn't level tier 10 on the archers, which are useless, and I've just literally leveled everything after that: 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I have not unlocked the 16th one, which eventually I am actually leveling it right now, and probably I will start upgrading it either before I finish the this tree to maximum or after it. I'm not entirely sure what I want to go for, but this one does give something which would help trees survive. But again, I'm not entirely sure. So essentially, I'm still thinking whether or not I want this, or I actually want accuracy on the archers as well as attack and critical hit chance. Now, I do have a lot of critical hit damage. That crit hit chance would actually help me quite a lot. Now, in terms of hero research, as you can see, my general researches are rather quite low, while the others are decently upgraded. The reason for that is the army doesn't really perform that well in most circumstances, at least at the moment. Now, a lot of people may say otherwise. Majority of the army, like, it's good, and it's mainly good in terms of PvE content. In PvP, you're gonna rarely see any troops actually do a lot of damage or more damage or survive because of a couple of points in here. Sure, there is a research I think called Rousing Command, which gives attack and health by quite a bit, but it's still, personally, I would rather prefer raw damage on my field, like leveling mages tier 15 to level 80, and then have, whenever they cast a skill, all enemies magic resistance reduced by 25% for 5 seconds. It doesn't stack, but if you have Ophidia, Valerie, Avril, and others, like majority of the battle, you can make this, rather not this, you can make this half proc literally like almost entire battle. So that is why I kind of wanted to prioritize this. And after this, I'll probably just level the tier 16 just to go for the level limit increase on the mages. And whenever I do make it happen, those mages gonna explode everything. So aside from that, yeah, that is pretty much what I focus on the research is. So going from tier 1, majority of the stuff usually should be upgraded to tier 12, and then 13, 14, 15, you pick what you require. Personally, it really depends how hard you go on one of the researches. So I know a person who literally just maxed everything he could on mages, and everything else here is literally almost worse than my generals, which is quite surprising. So essentially, he does have like friggin' 600 plus, while most of these are probably like 150 or even less. I'm not entirely sure, but around those numbers, and his mages just explode. So essentially, you can go this route, perhaps. Uh, I'm not sure if I would advise it because honestly, for me, gladiators do perform quite a lot. And the thing is, they help my field survive, they provide buffs, they're able to tank a bit. Uh, in a sense, I suppose Max and Rose do tend to perform decently in terms of Nora, Sizo, sometimes Basric, but majority of my field is basically just mages and the gladiators and paladins. Rogues and mechs, they don't really show up that often. Generals and sages haven't upgraded, but essentially they just die in one hit anyway. So essentially you have to prioritize what you require, and rather in this case it's mages and necromancers to do damage, and essentially prioritize your army researches to what you require, and highly prioritize damage ones on your archers. So the reason for that is events and ranking higher in events. So if you prioritize damage, increasing garrison size or size, increasing attack, this isn't that good, but increasing critical hit chance and accuracy, and then attack, then increasing attack, and then attack speed, and all those kinds of things are all good and will help you do more damage in majority of the PvE content. And the thing is, PvE is pretty much the game in this game. As you can see, I have 37,000 Linari and I have not recharged in the game like the past few days, few weeks and stuff like that. So the thing is, or rather I have, and I've actually purchased the patron just because I wanted to play the power event. Without it I couldn't actually do it. So patron aside, I haven't really purchased any Linari aside from that, and all of this just came from events. And basically majority of the events, like Pinnacle included, they belong to the mages, or at least mages in my own opinion. Like this guy used mages, I used mages, probably quite a few people in here also use mages and they pass quite far. And mages in terms of Valerie, and Valerie being friggin' decked out. Now this, I actually used another thing on her, so yeah, pretty much prioritize your research to what you require, prioritize damage first and foremost, and then think what you require in terms of your heroes. Basically, I highly suggest for people to go for mages, at least at the moment, as they are friggin' incredibly overpowered. And essentially, after that, go for maybe mechs and rogues, maybe gladiators and paladins. It really depends on your race and your formation. Though do keep in mind, majority of what I said is pretty much in the middle meta, which is in between early and late. So this is not technically late game, which I'm part of, so, and it's not technically early game. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully this video was useful to you. And if it was, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and stay safe out there.